Ya estamos listos. Entra, por favor, como... Greg, muy buen día, ¿cómo estás?
Buenos días, ¿cómo está?
Janet. Greg es del equipo de interpretación.
Hola, Greg. Hola, Alfredo. Buen día. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están?
Buenos días. ¿Me pueden escuchar?
Sí, te escuchamos, Greg.
Perfecto.
Regálanos unos minutos para... ¿Listo, Juliana?
Sí, está bien compartir pantalla aquí.
Ok.
Si me pueden ir adelantando, ¿me habilitan como intérprete, por favor?
Sí, Greg. Estamos esperando otro intérprete más. Si te habilito ahorita, aquí está. Hortense.
Yes, hi.
Hi, you are our French English
I'm French
interpreter?
English. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
No me dejan compartir pantalla.
And sorry, but just to clarify, the Spanish interpreters will be working into what they work from Spanish to French and English, or do they work into only one language? Because we have no information about the Spanish booth.
Don't worry about the Spanish. Your work is basically...
We don't need to take relay.
No.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Everything will be in English.
Now you have enabled the translation options.
Hi, Veronica.
Hi,
How are
Janet.
you?
Hi, Veronica. Good morning.
I wanted to find the. Can you send me on the chat the background?
The background, okay.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. You look gorgeous, and I know that you're very tired. So I really appreciate everything what you've been
No, no
doing
me deja.
last week. Last exciting shots. and you'll be able to rest as well. Horrible light. Horrible light.
Okay. Can you get it?
Yep, thanks. So what's the sequence for the first 15 minutes, Janet?
In the first 15 minutes, I will present the kickoff. And to Silvia. Silvia will talk. After Silvia, you will start.
Okay.
Alfredo. Alfredo, en el Excel que me diste están los links para todos, ¿verdad? Como el que le mandé a Diana. Ah, no.
Bien.
Bueno, dice acceso registro invitados para el
Ese es
kickoff.
para que se registren.
Ese
pero
les
solo-
mando a todos.
Ajá.
Ok. Pero se supone que todos ya lo tienen,
Se supone.
porque ya ves que Diana insiste en que no.
Sí.
¿Mm? ¿Alguien puso un correo de que su colega Oscar está esperando? Somebody wrote an email advising that her colleague Oscar is awaiting. No. Okay.
Janet, I've sent you a picture. Could you show it when I'll be speaking, or should I send it to Andrea? Or
Let me see.
Mhm.
By email?
No, here in the chat as well.
Okay.
We are starting in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But we need Sylvia. Let me ask her. Veronica, is this?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Claudia, ¿quieres probar que puedas compartir pantalla?
Me gusta. Creo que todo bien.
Ok,
Está, ¿no?
sí. Ya estoy diciéndole a Silvia que estamos. Alfredo, ¿ya admitiste a Oscar? No te oigo.
No tira a nadie hasta que no empiecen el evento. Entonces, hasta ese
Pero-
momento. Ajá.
¿Él no es intérprete?
Ah. ¿Tiene su
Or-
correo?
No. Hortensia, could you give us the Oscar's email, please? Hola, Salvatore.
¿Le podemos compartir el link general?
Ay, perdón. Sí, ya le mandé el que es de invitado, el que no es de panelista, se lo mandé a Lynn y a Silvia le mandé el de panelista.
Pero a Karen.
Karen, no veo su correo, es que Lynn me escribió por Karen.
Ok.
No veo el correo de Karen.
No, es Lynn escribiendo por Karen.
Sí, ya se lo mandé. Mauricio. ¿Sabes algo de Mauricio, Salvador?
Sí, debe de estar ya conectado. Ahorita le vuelvo a escribir.
Que no sirve el link. Acaba de escribir en WhatsApp que no sirve el link.
Ahorita te lo mando.
Pues estamos en tiempo, ¿no?
Alfredo, te paso el correo de Oscar. Pensé que lo habían puesto aquí para todos, pero no. Te lo pongo en coanfitriones, no encuentro tu chat conmigo. Ahí ya está. Ahí está.
Alfredo and Janet, can we get the link sent to Karen as well? Is it the same link you sent me?
Yes, Lynn, please.
Okay.
Hola Silvia, buen día. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola, buen día, perdón, se cayó aquí mi router de al lado, así que estaba buscando cómo están, perdón.
Ok, ya probaste micrófono y todo eso, ¿verdad?
Creo que sí, me escuchan bien, ¿verdad?
Ok, bueno, entonces, saludos a todos y ya empezamos. ¿Está bien, Alfredo? No te escuchamos, Alfredo.
Un segundo para iniciar la transmisión en Facebook. Listo, estamos en línea.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Janet Salvador, coordinator of the BOPE Leadership Bootcamp. I want to say hello to all the people who are joining us for this kickoff of the great BOPE Leadership Bootcamp closing event, an unprecedented event during uninterrupted 48 hours to the global evaluation community, when they will be connected to learn and share about evaluation. I would like to introduce Silvia Salinas, President of IOSE, who will welcome us. Come on, Silvia.
Hello, good morning from La Paz, Bolivia, on a sunny day with a bright blue sky. Well, it is really a pleasure and an honor for me to be here today for this, as you said, Janet, unprecedented event. In the last days, actually, I have learned more that nothing is impossible. And I think that you and your team have shown us that, yes, you can make it happen. Sometimes we have to change the ways, we have to change the mindsets, we have to expand the possibilities. So I'm very, very honored, also so enthusiastic and so proud of IOCE and yes, and all of the participants that yes, have made it happen. So I don't know, I have prepared a small presentation. Do you want me to move on, Janet, or did you want to say something else?
No, well, we want to hear your words, your presentation, please.
Great, great, great. So I was thinking in the last days, what could I say? What could I share with you in terms of in my representation as IOC president and also as evaluator, and hopefully as leader that can contribute to boost and not only the role of evaluation, but also the role of BOPIs in terms of strengthening national, but also international capacities to make evaluation a transformational tool. So I want to share a small presentation with you. This is, and I will be, let me just check. I must be very honest with you that this presentation is inspired and actually based on the presentation I made some weeks ago for the, let me check, for the, having some trouble with sharing my, I don't see my PowerPoint. A presentation that I made for the APIA, no, this is not. So Alfredo, if you can help me, if I do the share thing, I see screen and whiteboard as options. Well, let me check, maybe, no, files.
Yeah.
I don't see my presentation.
Can you please share with us and we can show it for you?
Okay, sure. I will do it via the chat. Is it okay? Just a second, sorry, but this is technology. Let me share. I don't want to lose time, but It's in the chat, Alfredo. Is it okay? You have it? Thank you, thank you. I can see it now, and it's going to be a quick, hopefully inspiring presentation, which I was mentioning that I had this presentation is inspired in the presentation I was invited to the presentation I was invited to give at the APIA and EvalFest conference launch a few weeks ago. I think it was in February, but I really thought it was something that I wanted to share with more people, with more evaluators. So very sorry if some of you have already heard me with this presentation and these points, but I hope it will anyhow remind you and inspire you. So the title of this presentation is Unleashing the Power and Potential of BOPIS. The next one, please. Okay, just some numbers, and you know, currently we have 160 BOPIS that are registered with IOCE. These are located in 107 countries. That means that more than half of the countries in the world have a BOPI, which is a lot. The number of BOPIS has tripled since 2005, and BOPIS have around 85,000 members, which are evaluation experts, activists, enthusiasts, volunteers, as you all well know. So this is a lot. It is about, this is only the BOPIS which are registered, but if we can think of other BOPIS, this is almost, it is around 100,000 people that are decided, that volunteer, that are enthusiasts to boost not only, as I said, the role of evaluation, but also their role and the position of BOPIS. And this was the reason that the bootcamp was also created. This was also the main motivation to create this bootcamp. The next one, please. So from my perspective, and I think our shared conviction is that BOPIS contain an enormous potential to contribute to vibrant evaluation ecosystem and boost creativity, collaboration, and convergence. But the potential needs to be unleashed. And I hope that you will share with me that the bootcamp has contributed to unleash this potential by strengthening the capacities, the strategic, the management, but also the content-related capacities of BOPI leaders from 30 BOPIs around the world. So we also hope to expand and to be able to replicate and to scale this initiative. Please, next one. I believe that though we have enormous challenges today, enormous challenges that relate to the pandemic, that relate, of course, to wars around the world, to violence, to crisis, we also have many opportunities that we need to prepare, to be prepared to take advantage of. There is a say that says opportunities that do not exist, we make opportunities, we reveal opportunities, we make them happen. So while there are enormous challenges, there are also enormous opportunities to increase and to reposition and to strengthen the positioning actually of BOPIS and their role around the world. And there is also the need for it. Next, please. So I will share now 10 points. These are not rules, but some tips for visionary BOPIS, for visionary leaders, and those that understand that the basics are not necessarily the obvious. So this is with all my heart and special dedication to all the leaders that participated in the bootcamp. Next one, and I will go quite fast through them. Number one, I think it is very, very important to assess, rethink, and recreate your role and contribution to the ecosystem beyond the comfort zone. It is said that sometimes the comfort zone is not necessarily comfortable. Well, this may be the case in some cases, right, where VOPEs are not really happy with the role, where VOPEs and their leaders are not very happy with what they are doing or have been doing. So we need to take the risk to move beyond the comfort zone, to rethink, to discover our potential. Second, it is very important to strategize, to move forward, to think beyond. Strategic thinking, which I think has been a mainstreaming, a red thread throughout the bootcamp, is very, very important. And it is said easily, but it is not so easy to implement. We hope really that all our participating leaders have and feel they have enhanced their strategic capacities to move forward and to create the future. Next, please. Third, walk the talk and gain legitimacy. Equity, inclusion, ethics, transparency, and accountability are not only about evaluating others, but about evaluating ourselves. So we really, really advocate for stronger and also more inclusive VOPEs that embrace diversity, that promote inclusion. Convene diverse, even non-traditional actors related to what I was already saying to boost dialogue, coordination, collaboration, and co-creation. Organizations of the future are organizations that are capable of embracing diversity. There is no innovation, there is no change, there is no resilience if we just sit among the ones that think the same or that think that have the same mindset. We need to be able to open our mindsets. This will create and enrich our VOPEs. The fifth point is to promote learning, but also unlearning. The learning and unlearning function, we now have the MEL, it's the monitoring, evaluation, and learning. But from my experience, the learning is maybe the weakest part of the three pillars. Learning is very important, and organizations of the future are not going to survive to be able to face the challenges of the future if organizations don't learn. And we need to learn also that organizational learning is something very different than individual learning. So we need to make VOPEs learning organizations and also unlearning organizations to give room to new ideas, to open our minds. We need to unlearn. So unlearning is today as important as learning. So I invite you to make our VOPEs learning organizations, but also make the VOPEs a space, a place where we can also, embrace, let's say, risky conversations, where we need to present things that we haven't really done very well. So I remember just a small anecdote. When we launched the Eval Youth chapter in Bolivia, we organized it around a FACAP night. And the idea to have it around the FACAP night was a bit weird to some of my colleagues, because it was not really professional or so. But I think we need to have the courage to sit and talk about what is not working, about our failures, and to learn and learn and learn from it. Next, please, Alfredo. And thank you for your support. So the sixth point, and this is also my bias in relation to innovation, I think that VOPEs are also a key actor to catalyze innovative perspectives and approaches on the importance and future of evaluation. Innovation is probably one of the most used words today, but it is still a challenge. And I think we need to catalyze innovation in terms of how we perceive, like the evaluation paradigms, how we do evaluation, for what we do evaluation, and also how we perceive is the role of evaluators, and what is a good, and who is a good evaluator today, which are the necessary competencies to be a good evaluator today, recognizing that if we ask this question, we will have probably as many responses as evaluators worldwide. Actually, the evaluation profiles, the competencies profiles are very, very diverse around the world. Next one, please. Just 3 more. I think rethink the role and profile of evaluation practitioners. Well, I was already announcing it in and for the future. Propose changes in the professionalization programs and opportunities. In IOCE, the professionalization task force is an open space, not to predict any rule on professionalization, any specific approach, but to open dialogue on the need for professionalization, but also on our diverse approaches to professionalization, our diverse images and expectations of a good evaluator today. But one thing is certain, the evaluators today and for the future are not the same ones in terms of paradigm, in terms of idea, than the ones that were in just the recent past. We need other profiles, we need other competencies to make evaluation really a transformational tool. Next one, please. Well, to promote evaluation-based innovation, replication, and scaling up towards the achievement of the SDGs. Just 3 days ago, I had the honor, the pleasure to have the authors of this very inspiring book, Scaling Impact, Innovation for the Public Good. This is John and Rob. I invite you to look for their book. It's a very inspiring book that promotes a different paradigm, different approaches to evaluation, to scaling up, to innovation for the public good. So I think we need to use more experience and to use more evaluation, not only to uncover innovations. Right now we have many. Usually now we have to also report on innovations we discover in evaluations, but to boost the process that will make these innovations scale, that will scale and replicate these innovations. We are all aware, I think, that if we continue doing the things the way we have been doing them, we will never or very, very far away reach the SDGs. And now after the pandemic, the situation is even worse. So we need to start doing things differently. We need to boost evidence-based innovation. Let's go to number 9. Advocate for the democratization of evaluation is public good. I heard this the first time in the Bolivian VOPI in Redmebol, and I don't know if Scarlett is listening, but I think I hear this concept for the first time when I was actively part of Redmebol. I'm still part, but now more concentrated on IOCE. But I think it is a very important thing. When we think about democracy, we also need to think about how we make evaluation accessible and usable by all citizens, by all parties. Evaluation should not only be something relevant and something used by evaluators, by the clients, and by the implementers. Evaluation is a very, very important key. Evidence provided by evaluation is a very, very important. It's very important to boost the governance, to boost democracy, to boost any initiative that can bring us to a better world. Now to the last point. Well, I think this is a point that I wanted to finish, right? Because I think it is very, very important to promote respect and value for all the voluntary work in evaluation. I really want to honor and express my admiration for all the VOPEs, not only the ones that have participated in the bootcamp, but all the VOPEs, all our members worldwide. I think voluntary work in a very rude, in a very complex and a very busy world is something that we need to really, really honor and recognize. You know, as long as there are people that are, you know, willing to dedicate voluntary work, voluntary time to try to change the world, I think there is hope. Just one more slide, Alfredo. Yes, and just a final reflection. I really think that without proper self-evaluation, failure is inevitable. So with this quote, I really hope that the bootcamp has helped you to, yes, to boost, to unleash your power, your potential as leaders, of course, but also as leaders in related to a specific VOPE. I really wish you much success in all the work and all the projects that you have developed and will develop. And I think that one very, very important competency that we need to beware and we need to keep in mind throughout our life and our professional practice is self-reflexivity, self-awareness, self-criticism. I think if we are acute, if we are honest to do it, half of the solution is on its way. So thank you very much. Sorry for, yes, the technological issues. And thank you, Alfredo, for supporting me with the presentation.
Thank you, Silvia. Thank you for your words and for your great enthusiasm. I welcome our next speaker, Veronica Felsis, Secretary of IOCE and Coordinator of the VOPE Leadership Bootcamp program, who will share with us some reflections.
Thank you so much, Janet. First of all, I really am very grateful for the invitation to be on this kickoff meeting of the whole closure event. And I want to say that the wonderful vision and the visionary leadership of Silvia has found it's a golden spot in the team of Janet Salvador by finding people who are so devoted and working day and night on preparing this boot camp that we were really so positively surprised and so positively motivated that the visionary ideas that we had found its even more ambitious implementation in reality. That is why, first of all, I really want to thank to the whole team of Janet and for the very, very hard work, but also to all of the very devoted participants who were working in truly intergenerational learning space, where I know that there was lots of homework and there was lots of commitment and engagement that was needed. And I really want to celebrate that today as well. So you are our champions and you are our ambassadors right now in the world of global evaluation community. And you are also going to be the mentors to other VOPEs. So I'm really glad that you succeeded in finalizing this bootcamp. And that is why these festivities of closing the bootcamp are so wonderful. And we invited many, many special guests for the next 48 hours to celebrate it together with us. I want to also thank to all our sponsors who believed in the role and the place on the map of the evaluation community of VOPEs and thinking that it's so very relevant that it needs to be strengthened. And that is why we both found great ideas how to do it, but we also found finances thanks to all our sponsors who truly believed in this idea and tried to make it diverse and inclusive. So I'm really, really thankful for their trust in our ambitions. And I think this is the first time we ever managed to so successfully on a global scale implement Eval Agenda by VOPEs. And it's not just social campaign, it's not just words, there's so much of work and results in all of the bootcamp. So this is really inspiring, and this is something what will be steering the VOPE leadership flagship program onwards. And also I want to say that there might have been lots of technical challenges as we experienced in the beginning of this meeting, and there are also the geopolitical and ecological and social challenges never disappeared in all of the work from so many sides of the world. So I'm so happy that you managed to overcome them and you never gave up. So thank you again. And just quickly about the flagship program, as you can see, and probably throughout my talk managed to also read the slide a bit. We are not stopping with the bootcamp. Bootcamp is the first milestone that we wanted to achieve, and just to test what's the environment and kind of how can we build up on it. So there's so much more that we want to do and discuss the opportunities for VOPES and different ways of collaborating together, of continuing this dialogue, of learnings from each other, of strategically thinking about the role of VOPES. So there's lots to really learn from this activity, from this wonderful event. And as Sylvia said, this is so very important that we apply a good evaluation skills and good evaluation tools in all of this bootcamp, so that we can build up on it and raise the potential onwards. So at the end of my talk, I raise my glass as well, and I'm really celebrating with all of you the wonderful success of the bootcamp. Thank you so much.
Succès au bootcamp. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for your words. Yes, it has been a great effort that all the participants in the bootcamp. Excuse me? Can you hear me? Okay. We now.
Still can't hear you, Janet.
Janet?
We now give a space to the team that. Okay.
Nous n'avons pas votre son, Janet.
Alfredo, no sé qué pasa.
No, we can hear you.
Well, Salva, I think it's for us to talk now.
We can't hear you either, Mauricio.
Yeah, neither Mauricio, I don't know.
Salvador and Mauricio, I think it's your turn. Can you please give us your point of view about the bootcamp, please?
We can't hear you, Mauricio, by the way.
We can definitely hear you, Salvatore, though.
Nice. Even though, so let's go, Mauricio. Are you ready?
I am, but can you hear me?
We can't hear you, Mauricio.
Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
Let's continue.
Maybe we can switch. Do you want us to switch? Do I go first and we wait for Mauricio to have
good idea.
It working? Nice. Do you want me to do that?
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much.
Great. We can hear you, Jan. Okay. So, okay, if you don't mind, a little change in our plans. I'll be presenting our preliminary results of the coaching sessions. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it looks great.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Okay, so welcome. My name is Claudia Mir. I was the head coach in the coaching component of this VOPE Leadership Bootcamp. I'll be presenting our preliminary results. First, maybe tell you about this innovation that we wanted to do with this component. What we wanted to do is participants to develop personal leadership, soft skills, and self-awareness that could favor development of themselves, their own leadership, their work teams, and the performance of their VOPEs. What did we do? So what we did is that during 5 weeks, we held live online coaching sessions with each of our working groups. So in all, we had 15 sessions in 3 languages. And at the end of each session, it was about an hour and a half per session. And at the end of each session, each participant committed to implement or practice the skills and tools that were learned during the week, and they filled in a coaching journal, their coaching journals. The skills and tools that we taught participants during the coaching sessions were related to the topics of each week's bootcamp modules. We selected those coaching skills that would help participants better lead themselves and their organizations, their teams and their projects, as well as to improve their communication with stakeholders. So just to show you a little bit of what we did, which skills and tools did they actually learn? So an example would be this one. In terms of knowledge, evidence shows that staff and team members in organizations, and more so in voluntary work, perform better and engage more when they are allowed to participate in decision-making processes and where their opinion is considered. So we wanted participants to learn how to be leaders that would be able to lead by giving fewer orders and asking more questions, listening more. And these are skills that can be developed. To this end, participants learn how to hold conversations, asking more questions, and the specific tool we used was the GROW method, right? So this is the logic with which we built the sessions, the whole 5 sessions, with different coaching skills and different. Regarding project and organization management, for instance, we know that collaborating, delegating, and providing effective feedback are important skills. So participants learn and practice them through different coaching tools and methods, very often conversation models, which they practice during the sessions and which they practice afterwards with their own teams and in their organizations. Finally, we know that communication skills are key to leadership. So in 2 of our coaching sessions, we introduced very specific communication tools. First, active listening and an elevator pitch, which afterwards they used in the networking sessions to promote a very specific project that they wanted to implement or share with other VOPs. And probably Salvatore and Mauricio will talk to you about that. And in the last coaching session, we presented a tool to address difficult conversations, which we thought was very useful and we got very interesting feedback about. So that's about everything we did during the sessions. Some of the preliminary results we had an attendance of 3.3 sessions out of the 5 sessions. The French group was the one that attended better the 5 sessions. The satisfaction survey results, the overall mean is 4.44. So we think that's a good result. These results might change because the survey is still open and we're receiving more answers. And for now, I would like to present you some of the quotes of what participants have said during or about the coaching sessions. Look, for instance, the first one, leadership doesn't mean you have to have all the answer. Rather, it is a way to support your team or to uncover ideas and ways to move forward. Or I realized that I didn't have to fix everything and that with a simple, calm conversation, staff can find solutions. If you want people engaged in volunteering, it is very important to give them a clear motivation to participate. Asking questions instead of giving orders, I think it's important for a leader. I could order my ideas that I have as a team leader. Now it's more coherent. I think that I love reading these opinions and these quotes because now leaders know they don't need to know everything and do everything. And somehow they feel relieved and probably less lonely. I see that they now know that getting staff and members involved, it is important for them and for the organization's results too. I think there is also a more understanding that they have all members and the organization to work with, that they have to share leadership with them. And now I think they are better equipped with self-awareness, a leader as coach mindset, and tools to do it.
Ils ont les outils pour le faire.
El equipo le va a encantar escuchar de ustedes más tarde, dejándonos saber.
Organizations and the results you obtained, and we wish you all success. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Now I think I'm back. Thank you.
You're back. Great.
Yes, I'm back. Thank you. Well, sorry for all the inconvenience. We now give a space to the team that has participating in as co-hosts of some teams of participants in French language, Mauricio Dorantes and Salvador Quitin. They both were co-hosts, and now they will talk with us about their experience and about the interaction they had with the participants. And they will give us some perspective of the results achieved for the teams. Adel, come on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
We can hear you.
Cool.
Excellent, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Well, Salva, here we are.
Yeah, anyway, firstly, I'm honored to be part of this adventure, you know?
Yeah, me too, Rafiki. It's been quite intense, but it's been such a rewarding experience to be able to share with so many engaged people. In our case, from Francophone Africa and Francophone BOPES.
Afrique francophone.
You want to tell us what was
¿Quieres decirnos cuál fue su experiencia? ¿Cuál fue el bootcamp? Sí, bueno, para mí quiero agradecer por dejarme ser parte de esta aventura. Es más allá del programa
through strategic, organizational, and competencies oriented to results in 3 different languages. I mean, French, Spanish, and English. But for also, I may say, a bootcamp represents for me, it has been a virtual space for backsketering, pondering, and self-analysis, I may say like that, where members of different VOPs split about the current state of their VOPs. I mean, the objectives as voluntary organizations, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, or stop doing in order to advance towards results. So I may say like that, Mauricio. So in different axes, in terms of communication, strategy planning, network, project management, and leadership. So I can say that. Also, I don't know, bootcamp for me has been also a space to question themselves, to realize what is the status of and functioning of each book in terms of results. That was the question. Like now Miss Sylvia said, you know, a space to embrace risk challenges on evaluation. So that I can say a lot of it's about my own experience, talking about bootcamp. I don't know, what do you think about it, Mauricio? What are the things?
Yeah, thank you, Salva. I think, well, for me as well, bootcamp has been an amazing experience, a really learning experience. And I think the bootcamp, the most particular thing about the bootcamp is that it was in a space for introspection, either personally or as members of BOPE. It was quite a soul-searching experience with highly reflective opportunities. And it was also about making, sharing experiences, knowledge, and also making long-standing friendships. I was thinking about that, the bootcamp, it was truly a space where evaluators evaluated themselves and provided them with the tools to and encourage them to do so, which is not something that really happens often when we just sit and learn, but we don't get to to get into this kind of reflective practice, right? And at the same time, I mean, it wasn't easy at all. I don't know what you think, Salva, but I think there were also big challenges, no?
I definitely agree with you, Mauricio. I think the question was how to take advantage of these institutional capacities acquired during this program. Is so intensive to guide in results and strengthening of each book. I mean, facing even these challenges. So my question would be, maybe, I don't know, do you think most despite of the interest they had, they did not expect how intense the program was, you know? But I was thrilled when someone, I mean, I remember Herman from Congo, Brazzaville, no? I feel like I'm in family. Bootcamp is my family, so I was thrilled. In spite of being tired, in spite of being having some personal responsibilities, in spite of having the system, administrative system that they may have the government, which even decrease in some levels the productivities in evaluations. So they feel like I am in family. I feel in family. So I don't know, what would you say about some other challenges they may have faced?
Well, yeah, thank you. As you said, like all participants had also other responsibilities apart from the bootcamp, no?
Sure.
The bootcamp was a really highly intensive 6 weeks course with the weekly activities, networking sessions, coaching sessions, homeworks, videos, many readings. Each week they had to develop different activities. In week 1, they developed their strategic plan, defined the strategies to achieve their missions and objectives. They made a SWOT analysis on different subjects which are important to their BOPES. They developed a project portfolio to their BOPES. They developed a plan for improving internal communications, and among other things that require deep reflection and time, no? They had also weekly networking and coaching sessions, as Claudia said. And I don't know, but also local realities were different, like cultural, technological, or even political, that complicated things even further. For instance, some participants are celebrating Ramadan, by the way, happy Ramadan to all of them, if they're listening to us. And that made it difficult for them to work beyond certain hours. But I think that at the end, their commitment was what really made this thing happen, right? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, and but what do you think? Do you think that the bootcamp also brought some opportunities as well?
Yeah, I think, yeah, as I was saying yesterday, I guess, it has been a space of cohesion to make pacts. I don't know, where different people in different areas. I mean, Europe, talking about some people, some folks there, in Africa and all abroad, all the world, so all part of the world, people has been sharing even their experiences. So, and possibilities of matching in some projects of mutual interest, and the different agreements, expectations. So they have been looking also for ways to collaborate in common from now. And I mean, the opportunity for me should be asking ourselves, the important things is not to learn, but is how to take advantages of what you have learned. So what I felt from the participants, they ask themselves questions. We have learned, and now what follows? So this leads them, I think, in collaboration, common collaboration, and also, as I say, someone there to recreate their role in contribution, especially on different topics, kind of such as the national evaluation policy, for example, in different places where Emmanuel, I remember, say, no, we might get very concrete. We were working before this program, like things were like abstract, but now thinking of having this program, we have to recreate again our role. We have to recreate again the way we contribute on evaluation. Talking about national evaluation policies, I don't know, institutionalization of evaluation, professionalization of evaluation. That I can say many opportunities. I'm happy for that. I feel like blessed to see it has been a great journey where people enjoyed it, even they swear it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you agree with
Thank
me,
you.
but as Veronica said, I mean, I think that even if this is the closure event, the boot camp is far from over, no? I mean, there's also still to remain if the impetus and momentums that were created will remain in the future, which I personally believe they will, that the BOPEs remain in contact and develop their own ideas and proposals, and also that they work towards defining their own kind of evaluation, regional evaluation models, right? How to, I think that's another issue that needs to be worked. But I believe that because of the spirit of the boot camp, the participants' hard work and commitment, it will be done. It will be done. And yeah, the boot camp is far from over. It's just starting, by the way.
Thanks so much, Mauricio. I don't know. Thanks for giving us the word to explain ourselves here about our experience. Go ahead, Janet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Salvatore. Thank you, Mauricio, for all your enthusiasm, your commitment with your BOPEs. And finally, we have the presentation of Alfredo Dominguez, who was also a co-host for some Latin American teams, and he is also in charge of all the technological part of the bootcamp, the platform, everything. He will present us an interesting product of the networking that the BOPEs did during the bootcamp. Come on, Alfredo.
I hope you're watching a beautiful map. And well, during the last 7 weeks, 3 of our BOPs has gone through the process to skill development and capacities training of their leaderships. We have talked about tools and from which many of the products that we'll see the next week have been developed in these 7 weeks. Through the bootcamp, the networks had the opportunity to participate in 15 networks sessions were set up to exchange ideas, discussion common problems, identifying opportunities, and strengthening relationships that will be surely prosper beyond the bootcamp. However, 3 of these meetings were especially designed for exchange the project information using each of these tools that the BOPE leaders developed in the previous week. The objective of this meeting was to present of the project initiative to the sister network, opening the possibility of exchange ideas, efforts, and above all the learning in favor of the achievement of the project initiative. These results of the exercise, well, the result of the exercise was too deep, so immediately we undertook the task to analyze the relationship that had been generated from this session. And in particular, the exchange resulted in 85 agreements to deepen the ideas across the appointments to exchange information about the project. And this is the result. If we can see the map, we have all the networks, and we can see all the relationship between the BOPs in the networking event. I think this is really important, and we can not expect to strain the effort to complement the relationship between the networks. And I think this is the most value element in the BOPE because this is unexpected, and we think it's something we can maximize. And I think it's just a very important result. So I'm without words when I see the map, because it's the reflection of the interaction in the different networks. And it's all, Janet. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alfredo. Now we will hear a message from Silvia. Come on, Silvia.
Well, very, very brief. I feel really moved from just this last, what you shared, Alfredo. This is so powerful. I am a strong believer that there is no future if we don't connect, if we don't collaborate. So maybe this is the most important and hopefully sustainable result. I was trying to also to find the word that I could translate from Spanish to English properly, which is cómplices, right? It is a stronger word as allies or partners, but when I look for the translation, it comes partners in crime. Well, I don't think we are partners in crime, but hopefully partners in hope. So I really want to thank the whole team. I really enjoyed so much your exchange, Salvatore, Mauricio, your presentation, Claudia. Well, I think even though distance has not made it possible in pandemic, of course, to meet you personally, although I know some of you from before, or quite a few of you, I think I want to honor the team. I want to honor the team for their work, far beyond expectations, for their quality, right? For their commitment. Commitment is a very, very strong word for me. And I think it is a very powerful also word that implies, yes, hope for transformation. So my big gratitude. I know I'm also speaking for IOCE as an institution, but also at the personal level, as I told Janet one time, it is a team that I can go to bed and sleep and don't have nightmares on, and I can really sleep. And this is somehow a luxury today, to be able to trust and to hope to all rely and know that you are doing your best, and this is just the best possible. It is, I know we have made, I think we have made history. I think the bootcamp is, as Janet said, an unprecedented initiative with unprecedented results. So thank you all for your incredible work. And thank you also to all the participants for their interest and for their trust. You trusted the team, you trusted the bootcamp, and you participated with enthusiasm. I just, I think that what you shared, Alfredo, and thank you for that, is the most important results. Other things we all the time learn, we change, we improve. But if we keep connected, if we keep focused on the vision of a better world, we will make it happen. So thank you very much, with gratitude.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you very much. Well, we are finishing this kickoff of the bootcamp, but please don't forget that this is a transmission during 48 hours non-stop, this closing event. You can follow us in Zoom and in Facebook. On the bootcamp page, you will be able to download the program and you can register to all the sessions. And please, the first day, remember, we have presentations of the 30 BOPEs that participated in the bootcamp, their project portfolios. And in the second day, that will be start tomorrow, more or less at this time, we will have a global conference with great speakers, experts in various topics, and we will have keynote speakers, round tables, interviews. All the objective is to update the evaluation community in interesting topics. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you all. And
See you all
felicidades.
soon. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bye,
Nos vamos a la
congratulations.
primera presentación.
Yeah.
Congratulations, everyone. You did a great job.
Lynn, thank you
Lynn.
very much.
As well.
Yeah, thank you also, Lynn, for all your support and being here.